Data analysis jobs are projected to grow by 25% in the next decade, and Excel is the only skill that is required more than 60% in the job descriptions. If you want to start a career in data analysis, Excel is your first and most powerful tool to start. Today I will show you exact Excel skills that are required to clean, analyze and visualize data. Let's start. Data analysis starts with an organized data. I will show you how to get the data and convert into a proper Excel table. Let's start with the data set. A data set is a structured collection of rows and columns. Here we have our data set, that is a sales data. This data contains order ID, order date, region, product category, product name, sales amount and quantity. If you see, our data is not properly arranged and it is not as per standard practice. There are few values that contains extra spaces, some of the values that have wrong spellings and some of them have proper, improper letter case, and also if you see that our dates are not in a similar format. And also there may be some duplication in our data set. We need to remove all these to make our data consistent and standardized. Let's start with removing the spaces. We will remove extra spaces from our data by applying the trim function. I am going to add a temporary column, then apply the formula trim. Click on the first cell, close parenthesis to complete the formula. Once you see this plus sign, double click and it will apply across the entire range. Now our spaces has been removed. I will copy this value, shift Ctrl down key, press Ctrl C to copy, click here, go to paste special, paste as values because we don't want formula reference, we want only the values. Click here and now your updated values is pasted back on your original column. I am going to delete this helper column and now our spaces issue has been fixed. Now let's move on resolving our incorrect or wrong spelling issues. We will use search and find functionality of the Excel to do this. I will select the column, then press Ctrl H to open the find and replace dialog. Here we will type our value that is wrongly typed and then we need to give here what is the correct spelling to replace with. Second thing, don't forget to click match entire cell contents because we want exact match and exact replacement. Once you done, click on replace all. It will replace all your values and also give you the message. You can verify that how many values is changed. All done, we have made 2 replacements. Click OK and close this dialog. This second error is also removed. I am going to clear the background color so that we should know that which value is corrected and which action we still need to perform. Now the next thing is improper text case. To do this, I am again inserting a helper column. We will use the proper function to make it proper. Click on this first cell, close parenthesis, and again once I see this plus sign, I will double click to apply across my entire range, and now you can see that our case of the letter is resolved. What I will do, shift Ctrl down key to select the entire range, then press Ctrl C, click here, go to paste as values, and now our updated values is pasted back on original column. I am going to delete this helper column by pressing Ctrl minus. I will clear this highlights so that now our region column is updated. Now let's see, there are some dates that are in inconsistent format. We need to bring all our dates into a similar date format. What I will do, I will click on this B to select the entire column, then come to Home tab, come here, number formatting, expand it, click on this date, and once you click, it will give you many options. Choose whatever applicable on your data. I am going with the simplest one. Press OK, and now our entire date column is converted into a similar format. I am going to clear this highlights. Now our messy data is almost fixed. The next and last thing, I believe we need to go with the finding the duplicates. Let's find the duplicate. To find and replace the duplicate or remove the duplicate value, we will need to identify it first. I want to remove duplication based on my order ID column only. I'll select this column, go to Home tab, click Conditional Formatting, highlight Cell Rules, and come here, Duplicate Values. Click here, and you can select the output of your values, what cell color you want to see the duplicate values. I am going with the light red. You can expand and you can select as per your choice, but I am going with the light red. Press OK. Now we have got this duplicate value. It means that we have duplicate order ID 1015. To remove this, click on this data, then press Ctrl A to select your entire data. Then go to Data tab, click on Remove Duplicates. Excel is again giving you, if you want to select the criteria to remove duplication based on more than one columns or one column, it is your choice and it is your requirement. For now, as I told, I will only remove duplication based on my order ID because my order ID cannot be duplicate. Click OK, and now you see it is showing us 1 duplicate values found and removed. 50 unique values remain. Click OK. Now our first phase of data cleaning is complete. The last thing which we will do, we will convert our data into a table. Why we will convert our data into a table? Because if you convert our data into a table, it will help us applying automatic formatting and also updated references. Whenever there is a new value arrive in our table or we remove or delete any value, that will be automatically reflected in our summaries. To do this, click on any cell, then press Ctrl A to select the entire range, then press Ctrl T to convert it into a table. Keep this option, my table has headers, checked because we have already well-defined headers. Click OK, and now our data is converted into a table. We will name this table so that for the future references we have this name with us. Sales table. Enter. Click on this table and go to Design tab. From here you can make further changes in it. You can change its appearance. You can add slicer. We will see it later on. Now we have cleaned our data and converted into a data table. Let's do some core functions. These functions are bread and butter of data analysis. These functions answer questions for you like what is the total sales, what are average sales, and so on. Let's start. By using these functions, we will apply KPI to our data. Let's suppose we want to get the total sales. What we will do, we will utilize the sum function. Click equal, then type sum. Click to start the function, then it is giving us number 1, number 2. It means that we have to give the range. Our range is sales amount column. I will click on this first cell, then press Shift Ctrl down arrow key to select the entire column because it is our entire range. Then close the parentheses to apply the formula, hit enter, and now we have got our total sales. It means that in our data the total sale amount is $15,800. Now let's suppose we have given a task to identify what is our average sale amount per sale. Click here, then type average formula. Similarly, we need to give it a range. Click on this first cell, then shift control down arrow key to select the entire range. Close the formula, hit enter, and we have got our average sale amount. Now let's suppose we have to find the total number of orders. It means we only need to count the number of occurrence of orders. We will use the count function here. Click on this first cell, then press shift control down key, close parenthesis, hit enter, and we have got our total number of orders. We have got 50 orders in total. Now here comes some logical calculations as well. Let's suppose we have given task to identify the total sales but only in the west region. It means that the condition is west. Let's see how to do it. We will utilize SUMIF function because this function will sum value for us based on a criteria. I will start this function by SUMIF. And it is saying that we need to give the range. So our range is region column. I will click on this first cell, then press shift control down arrow key to select the entire column. Then it is saying us to select the criteria. Our criteria is west. Then the sum range. The sum range will be sales amount column. Click on the first cell, shift control down arrow key, then close parenthesis and hit enter. It means that we have total sales of 2,867 in west region. You can change the region name and it will give you the updated sales as per the selected region. Now I selected the north and hit enter. Now our sale value is changed. Now let's suppose we have to find certain amount of sales, like suppose how many sales we have got the value more than $450. You can change any value as per your choice. We will use the count if because it will count the number of sales which went more than $450. Count if the range will be sale column, comma, the criteria will be greater than 450. I will close the parenthesis and hit enter. We have got 6 sales amount that were greater than 450. Let's verify it, expand it and see. I am going to select the sales which are greater than 450, press OK, and we have got the 6 record. It means that we have 6 sales whose amount is more than 450. You can change the criteria. Once you change the criteria, it will give you the different result. Now let's suppose we need to find total sales in the north region, but for the only specific product, that is laptop. It means that we have got 2 criteria here. One criteria is north region and the second criteria is product name, that is laptop. We shall utilize the count ifs function because this time we have multiple criteria, so we will use the count ifs. Click here. The first criteria is region. Click On the first cell, then press Shift Control down key. Then give the criteria is north. Then second condition is specific product name. For this, the product column will be the range. Shift Control down key to select the entire range, and the product name is laptop. Now this combination will give me number of sales in north region for product laptop. It's mean that how many laptop sales we have got in north region. Hit enter. We have got only one laptop sale in the north region. Let's verify it manually. Go to region column, select north, product name is laptop, and we have only one sale in the north region for the laptop. If you want to carry a single thing from this video, I will ask for pivot table. Pivot table is a tool that helps us summarize thousands of rows with one click. Let's see how. We will click on our table, go to Insert tab, click on Pivot Table, and now you can see that it is giving data table range, our table name selected by default. It is the advantage of naming your table, because wherever you want to reference your table, just give the name and you will got the exact reference. The second option is new worksheet or existing one. If you want the pivot table to appear on the new sheet, select this option. Otherwise, you can go with the existing sheet, but I will go with the new sheet. Click OK, and now our basic structure of pivot table is ready. Let's do something. I'll click the region column and bring it to rows, and then the sales amount column and put it into values. Now it is giving me sum of sales amount in each region. I can change it to get the count of sales in each region, get the average amount of sale in each region, get the maximum sale amount in each region, minimum sale, and so on. We will go with the count. And now you see that our count is changed. We have got total 50 orders, and in each region we have got 14 orders, and in other region we have got the 12 orders. I am going to again with the count because we need the sum of sales in each region. Now let's do some more further operations. I am going to select the product category and bring down into region column, and now you can see that with single click pivot table is showing us the category wise sales in each region. Let's explore some more features. I'll click on my pivot table, go to design tab. From here you can change the appearance. You can show or hide the subtotals. Let's suppose I will click on do not show subtotals, and now my pivot table is not showing me any subtotal. If you want to see subtotal at the bottom of each group, you can select this option. If you want to see the subtotal at the top of each group, you can go with this option. Also, you can change the report layout. You can see the report in outline form. You can see the report in tabular form, and you can also see the repeated form report. I will go with the outline form because I like it, and also do not repeat, so it is the cleanest version ever. Now let's add some slicer to our table for further analysis. I will go to Analyze tab, click on Insert Slicer, click on Region and Product Category. Press OK. We have got two slicers here. Let's adjust them. I'll go to region column, go to options and change it to 4. Adjust its width and height. The product category column, pivot table, go to options and go with 3, click OK. You can also change the appearance of pivot tables as per your choice. Now let's see what slicers do for us. I will click on this west and our data is changed. I will click on the north and our data is changed. Similarly, I will click on the product and it is showing us only the selected product data here. A good chart is having a story behind the numbers. I will show you how to apply dynamic charts that update whenever a value changes. Let's see how. We will click on our pivot table, go to Insert tab and come here to select the pivot table chart. It is giving us many options, so you can select as per your requirement. So I will go with the column chart with the simplest one to start. Press OK. Here we will remove our product category to get the simplest layout. Now our basic chart is ready. We will do some advanced operations to make it more meaningful. I will adjust its width. Click to hide all buttons. Click this plus sign to apply the data labels. You can further enlarge the data label size as per your requirement. Change the chart titles. Our first chart is ready. Let's add another one. I'll click on pivot table, go to Insert tab, pivot chart, and this time I will go with the pie chart, and from the pie chart I will go with the donut chart. Adjust its width. Click to hide all field buttons. Click here to apply the data labels. Here it is giving you the other data label options like data callout or whatever your choice you can select. Give it a name. Click on this donut chart. Double click on this donut chart to open the other options, and we will select the whole size to 60%. We can make this kind of change. We can also rotate to change the point of angle as per your choice. Also, you can change the colors. You can change the color of your cell values, fill color. It's all depend how you want your values to appear. Now let's remove the grid lines to make our data more clear. I will adjust it. Let's do it. And now see, as I change my selection, both of the graphs are being updated with the real time. That's all for today. As of now, we have developed a basic foundation in Excel which is required for data analysis. Download the practice file and do it by your own, and let me know what topic you want me to cover next. See you in the next one.